since you went away. I've been losing my sleep at night. Never thought there'd come a day when you'd be back to make everything right. But how wrong could I be? 'Cause now you're here with me, bringing on back the good times, taking away the pain.
Here are the swingers, Louis. Jaden Holmes is as good as there. Is it going to get round it somehow or other? Oh! No! No! Go on! Go on! Oh, that's unbelievable!
Started me living, now that I'm loving again. I've never been loved by anybody that's quite like you. When you're telling me all the things you want me to do, now you made me see what you mean to me. Bring it on back to good, away the pain. You're bringing on back to good times, and I'm living on air, so glad that you're there, sweeping away the sad times, making me laugh again.
Boat time.
Hey, it is about time. I mean, I just couldn't get the ball in the hole. I wanted to, but I just couldn't do it.
Bringing on back to good times, taking away the pain. You're bringing on back to good times, and I'm living on air, so glad that you're there, sweeping away the.
Hello guys, once again, welcome to Danny's Dog Poker. We've had a hell of a week. The session you're about to watch was from Tuesday the 4th of April. Thursday the 6th of April, I got married to the woman of my dreams, finally. Her name is Alice. She's a bit camera shy, so on our honeymoon at the minute. Today's Friday the 7th of April, the next day. And no, that's not why I'm worn out. Just been playing a bit of golf, as you're about to see, or as you've maybe just seen. But yeah, just want to talk about Tuesday's session. It was a great session. Any session that's enjoyable for me is a good session. It's not always about winning money. I think if you win money, it's a bonus. It's a nice bonus, but it was just an enjoyable session. Did we win money? You have to wait and see. Let's jump into some hands, shall we? See what you think.
So we joined the table slightly later than planned. Not as late as a Graham Souness tackle in the 1980s, but slightly later. We lose a couple of small pots, having sat down with £150. We look down at 5-4 offsuit in the straddle. There's an £8 raise from early position, the small blind calls, and I defend my straddle, looking to mix it up a bit with some unfavourable hands, as I usually do at the start of most vlogs. These guys are quite punty, so just catching a pair sometimes is good, which we do. We hit our 5 on the flop. On a 10-9-5 flop, we check it. The pre-flop aggressor c-bets to £20, the small blind calls, and I elect just to call. No point raising, and no need to fold just yet. Let's assess the turn. A lot of turns we can use to our favour to bluff him. It is a 3 of hearts, so the flush gets there. I check, and they both check behind. When the ace of spades comes, it's quite apparent that nobody here's got the flush, and I decide just to lead out, and I go all in, and both players quickly fold, and we take it down with a teeny weeny pocket pair, a pair of 5s rather. So yeah, nice to scoop a decent pot, and always nice to get the bluff through. So I've sped this hand up because it's not overly interesting, but basically I'm in the cut-off with ace-king off. The under the gun makes a £3, middle position flat calls. I raised to £12 pre-flop, and both the aforementioned position players call. So we are 3 ways to a flop, which is pretty favourable, I think, for ace king. It is ace 6-2 with 2 clubs. So first player to wet under the gun, he bets £15. Middle position calls. I raise it to 40, and under the gun, min clicks it to 70. Middle position gets out of the way, and I just put him all in for his last. I think he's got about £150 behind. I put him all in. He snap calls, so I've got him on a flush draw or a worse ace queen, ace jack, and then when the run out goes deuce deuce, I figure we're chopping. He actually had ace 6, so he had us dominated on the flop, and we actually got lucky ourselves in the end. So yeah, not overly eventful. We chop it up in the end, but just an interesting hand I wanted to share with you, really. Better to chop than to lose it, I guess, but yeah, very hard to put him on ace 6 there. Yeah. Wow, where do I start with this hand? Okay, so I'm in the straddle. There's a re-straddle on, a double straddle to £4. Somebody says about giving him a walk. I do not. I looked down at king 9, which is pretty good, I think. Blind v blind or straddle v straddle. So I min click it to £8, and he re-raises to £20. He's been very active, so I'm not scared of calling a £20 raise here. With king 9 is going to be good quite a lot of the time if we connect with the board. A bit of a backstory, he's a huge fan of the vlog. To protect his identity, we'll call him Dan. And he looks like Chris Ferguson, the famous poker player.
Ace and a 7 on the board, and there could be fireworks.
Well, that is very specific.
Check.
That's 20.
It's none of me, that.
Well, yeah, we spoke about it a few weeks ago, didn't we?
There's one there.
We'll play blackjack over there. Blackjack over there. Where's all these other players then?
We just thought they would.
Raise 55.
The way it was being talked about and said. Did you happen to see the most beautiful girl in the world?
Re-raise all in.
So having gone for the check raise bluff, unfortunately he finds the 4-bet jam with whatever he's got, and the bad news is it's only an extra £36 to call, so I can't really fold. I think I'm fairly committed. If he does have a hand like 7s, 8s, 6s, even pocket 5s he's doing this with, I'm in good shape, I think, so I make the call.
Get another cup of tea, please, with 1 sugar.
Yeah, I'll have something, please.
91.
Didn't take that.
Yeah, I did.
Did he?
Yes. So it's 91 more.
Yeah, got him.
Right. Once or twice?
Whatever you want.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean.
Twice?
Even though my feet are under the chair. I think I am both dead.
Nine
That's
on the
jack
top.
four.
9s and 4s on the top, kings and 4s on the bottom.
You got 8s or 9s, 7s, 6s.
What the fuck just happened?
You'll play for very small stakes, and the idea is you got to beat the small games before you can move up into the bigger games.
So it was in fact £91 more to call, not £91 in total that he shoved for, so it probably shouldn't be a call from me. However, we hit a 9 on the top board and the king on the second board, and he mucks. So I think he had pocket 7s or pocket 6s, I'm sure he did. Yeah, so far tonight's proven to have more twists than a chubby checker fan convention. and get ready for some more as I raise to £6 in the dealer button, the small blind and the big blind, and the middle position limper make the call. So we're 4 ways to a flop. I flop the flush draw, checks to me, I check it back. The board pairs unfortunately when the 9 comes, but small blind checks. The big blind leads out for £10, middle position calls, and I raise to £35 because I don't think he has a 9. I don't think he has a 9. So I rep the 9 myself. I should have all the aces, I should have all the queens here. I raise the button, he's in the blinds, he's less likely to have hands like aces and queens. We hit our flush on the river, which when he checks, I'm almost certain he doesn't have a full house. So he normally plays his hands fairly face up. So I go all in for the entirety of my stack. I have about £150-ish left at this point, having lost a chunk previously in other hands. And he really goes into the tank on this one. I've had to speed this up because he takes a long time to make a decision. We fade the snap call, which is always good. So that confirms our suspicions that he did not have a full house, which is great. And now I'm thinking he's probably got an ace, and he just doesn't believe me. Yeah, I'm just certain he's got an ace at this point. I'm not sure if he can lay it down or not. He has seen me bluff a lot before and get my money in bad before, so I'm just praying that he doesn't believe me and hero calls with an ace or maybe even a queen. Who knows what he's going to call with at this point. I'm just hoping that he calls. He might even have a worse flush. There's a lot of hands that he could still call with. Hands like I don't know, 10 jack of spades, or no, he can't have the 10 of spades because I've got the 10 of spades. Anyway, he flicks in the call, and he shows ace queen. So we actually flopped. He actually flopped top 2 pair. We don't slow roll him. We quickly show that we have the nut flush, and yeah, he shows his hand, and we scoop a nice little pot again. So yeah, a lot of twists in tonight's game, a lot of twists and turns. Very favourable river, and we get the full double.
Come on, let's twist again, like we did last summer.
Careful, remember what happened last time you made the vlog?
Yeah, you edited it wrong.
Well, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
What the stack sizes or the action?
The action and the board. Just the action and the board.
King 5 jack. Check.
It's pretty close, isn't it? Yeah. So as long as you got players' names right. 15.
That's 15.
Call.
Raise 40.
So we flop the flush. We call a £12 raise pre-flop, 3-handed. We flop the flush. We just flat call when the pre-flop aggressor continues, and then there's a 3-bet from the button to £40. So it goes £15. I call. The button makes it 40, and then what happens next is just incredible. As we go on to win the biggest pot we've ever won in our poker career. Steady boy, whoa, slow down.
Is this a new trial
Yeah, just put it.
All in.
That's all in.
All in.
All in.
Gotta call them
And all in. How many
We go
times?
once. What are we doing?
3, so we've got
I want to go. I'd like to go once, please.
Straight flush.
Wow. Fuck's sake.
Takes.
That's grim.
Takes the one.
How did you just get it all
So as you can see, we were up against King Jack for the flop 2 pair and Ace of Diamonds, 9 of clubs for the nut flush draw. But we hold, in fact we improve on the turn and make a straight flush, which is incredible. Our biggest ever pot, £1,300 to be precise. So lovely, lovely stuff. So hope you enjoyed that, guys. That was £1 cash game at the Phoenix Members Club. I was in for £150 and out for £666, having tipped the dealer 40 quid at the end for their excellent hands. Can't complain. Straight flush, always nice. Yeah, really good session. Hope you enjoyed it. A few interesting hands. Let me know what you think. As always, don't forget, like, subscribe and comment, and check out this hotel. It is incredible, really is. Stay lucky, guys.